Once in the broad street of Lagos, Nigeria, lived a young, beautiful girl named Ebere. Ebere and her two siblings were born and raised in the vibrant city of Lagos, where her mother ran a restaurant and her father dealt in motor parts. As Ebere grew, so did her enchanting beauty. Right from her basics down to her high school, Ebere was always the winner of her school's pageantry award. Ebere's beauty was stunning. She radiates like the morning star. As for her grace and charm, they are unmatched. Her radiant smile revealed a set of perfectly aligned, pearly white teeth. Her smile was her signature, lighting up the darkest of rooms. But the most captivating gift that Ebere had was her eyes. Her eyes seems to hold the secret of the universe. Her eyes were a mesmerizing shade of golden brown, sparkling with a depth that drew people in and left them enchanted. Ebere's journey to all her pageantry award were not just about her outer beauty, but about her poise and intelligence. It is therefore no surprise that as she went to the university, she did it again, becoming the Miss University of Lagos. Despite the accolades and admirations, Ebere still felt a void within her. She often stood before the mirror, scrutinizing her reflections, and felt very dissatisfied. On campus, Ebere was known as the better of the best, the envy of many girls, and the dreams of many young men. But her body maintenance was quite expensive, and none of the campus guys could give her that lifestyle she needed. Mabego, meaning beauty is money. She would often lecture her friends Onyinyechi and Amarachi. Do you know how much my body maintenance is? None of these chewing gum boys on campus can give me money for the kind of maintenance my body needs, she will say. It was no surprise, therefore, that as the campus guys were dying for her, Ebere had serious relationship with only but Chief Chekwube, the multi-billionaire boss of Chekhu's empire. Chief Chekwube, whose family were abroad, showered her with both attention and gifts, taking her on vacation to the US and to the Bahamas. Ebere's ascent as the new beauty queen gave her a lot of gifts, including a fair Lexus salon car. But Chief Chekwube gave her even more, including a Mercedes G-Wagon class. Ebere was happy with what her beauty had given her, a soft life of affluence and exposure. She was the celebrity in the school, as most young campus girls work really hard to be amongst her circle of friends. Your beauty is your talent, she will advise them. Your gold ticket to your life of luxury and fame, she will say. For her birthday, Chief Chekwube spoiled her on another vacation to Las Vegas just before the new semester began. It was all over the social media platform. 2 weeks vacation to Las Vegas with my man and back. Life couldn't have been more fun, she tweeted. But just after her arrival from Las Vegas, tragedy struck as Chief Chekube met another girl called Ujunwa. She was popularly known as Ujujureju because she is well-bodied. Though never a beauty queen, but Uju's hips and bust were the center of attraction. She was a freshman at the University of Lagos, a go-getter who is always on top of her games. First, she envied Ebere from afar, the only girl who could afford to come to lectures on a Mercedes G-Wagon. Then, she came closer to join her circle of friends. There, she absorbed all of Ebere's philosophy quite well. Though Ebere was always careful not to let her girlfriends close to her man, but Ujunwa was even smarter. While Ebere maintained her body shape as a former beauty queen and was slim, Ujunwa was well-bodied with extremely large hips. Finally, Ujunwa was at Cheku's Company Limited, Chief Chekube's conglomerate. She first went to see Mr. Edwin, Chief Chekube's personal assistant. Her mission was simple, but her strategy was unique. Mr. Edwin was to arrange her first meeting with Chief Chekube, and once her business clicks and Chief Chekube takes her on as his side chick, she is to place Mr. Edwin on a monthly salary. Mr. Edwin sat there that Monday morning, listening to the business proposal from Ujunwa. One thing about Ujunwa is that she is always straight to the point and on point too. Her hips, her bust, and her demeanor told Mr. Edwin the rest of the story. Once you deliver your own side of the deal, then I'll deliver my own side too, said Ujunwa confidently. Mr. Edwin had worked as a pimp and connected Chief Chekube with many of his side chicks before, but he had never seen this kind of audacity from a runs girl, he thought. Without any waste of time, Mr. Edwin agreed to her deal, and without even waiting for him to say anything, Ujunwa said, "It's a deal," bringing out her hand to shake Mr. Edwin. "And I will be at your service wherever and whenever you need me to," she added. As soon as she left the office, Mr. Edwin swung into action, looking for opportunity to fix in Ujunwa. For it's been 2 years, Mr. Edwin had not done any pimp work for Chief Chekube, as he had been glued to Ebere. At first, Ebere had always played her role well, always tipping Mr. Edwin, but after she found out that Chief Chekube was obsessed with her and even plans on marrying her as a second wife, she let down her guards. Mr. Edwin's strategy was simple and straight to the point. He just gave Ujunwa Chief Chekube's number, his private number that he uses to call only but Ebere. "See if you can send him some of your nude pictures and see if it will work," he said. Ujunwa was excited at how perfectly her plans were playing out, so she took Chief Chekube's number and started bombarding it with nude pictures. "It seems the strategy did not work," she told Mr. Edwin in a call one morning. I have to take more drastic steps, she said. Why don't you let me know when he is alone in any of his hotel room so that I will go and meet him there, she suggested. So Mr. Edwin gave Ujunwa Chief Chekube's hotel room number, knowing that Ebere will be busy with her final examination. Ujunwa swung into action immediately and was able to shoot without missing her target. Chief Chekube was soon in her net as she seduced him that first evening when she went to meet him in his private hotel room. Mr. Edwin first called Chief Chekube, pretending he's bringing him his wallet before he led Ujunwa to enter into Chief Chekube's hotel room. Ujunwa was overjoyed at the success of her plans and followed up Chief Chekube wherever he goes. The trip, which was promised to Ebere after her final examination, was cancelled. She was also banned from visiting Chief Chekube's house without any tangible reason. Ebere was devastated. She tried to understand what was happening. Finally, after bribing Chief Chekube's security man, Mr. Okon had to let the cat out of the bag. Oga don't get another chick. That's why, he said. Now why Oga no wan see you again, eh? Just take heart, Madam Ebere. You go find another man, Mr. Okon said. Ebere could hardly believe her ears. A week later, Ebere was at Chief Chekube's house and asked Okon how much he would take to get him the girl's number. I need the number of the new chick, Ebere said with all seriousness. Just 50K, Madam Ebere, said Okon, grinning and scratching his head. She handed 50,000 naira over to him. Just get me her number. I'll be here in 3 days. So 3 days later, Ebere was there to collect the number from Mr. Okon. She quickly saved the number and checked her up on WhatsApp, and she was dazed at whom she saw. This riffraff, shouted Ebere. I know her. Is it not this wannabe girl? Thought Ebere. So she is the one that went behind my back to backstab me, she said. So Ebere gathered some of her friends and hired some bouncers too to threaten Ujunwa to back out. Ujunwa's action, however, surprised her. She simply warned them, threatening to call in the commissioner of police. Look, here is the number of the commissioner of police. I only need to make a call to put all of you behind bars, Ujunwa said. It was when Chief Chekube personally called her to warn her to back off from Ujunwa that Ebere knew that it was a lost battle indeed. But babe, you are so fine. You will surely get yourself a better man. Chief is too old, sef, said Onyinyechi and Amarachi, her best of friends. Look, it's not the age I'm talking about. It's the money, cried Ebere, her voice filled with anger and frustration. But her younger sister Chioma was there that evening to write her post-UME exam. So after her two friends left, Chioma called her elder sister Ebere and said, Sister, you don't need this kind of life. You are beautiful and gorgeous. All you need is Christ. He will give you peace of mind and every other thing you need, including a good man as your husband. Jesus Christ is the best. He can't break your heart, just like Chief did, continued her younger sister Chioma. Ebere looked up at her and then gave a long sigh. Better do and go home to Mama and Papa, Ebere said. Don't come here and start adding salt to my injury, she continued. But Chioma was persistent. Look, sister, this life you are living is a fake life, and all these your friends are fake friends. Look, they are just gone, but it's only Jesus that is your true friend, she continued. Ebere could no longer bear it, so she simply told Chioma, Shebi, tomorrow is your examination day. And she said yes. Yes, sister, tomorrow is my examination day. Okay, just make sure you go home from the examination center, Ebere said. I don't want you to come back here and to continue adding salt to my injury, she continued. Ebere also took a deep and drastic decision. She started searching online for doctors who could do cosmetic surgery on her, implanting her with the popular silicone in order to boost her behind. She was more determined to get a man even richer than Chief Chekube. So for her to do that, she had to do the cosmetic surgery with her savings. In 2 days' time, she was at the hospital consulting with her doctor for a procedure that will give her hips her desired protrusion and wideness. Soon, Ebere was booked for her surgery, but 2 days before the surgery, her kid sister, Chioma, continued to call her severally, but Ebere was not going to pick her calls. Sister Mary again, she shouted at the noise of her sister's incessant calls. Finally, she opened her text message and it was her younger sister again. The message read, Please, just be careful out there. You are beautiful and gorgeous, and we, your family, loves you. Friends might have betrayed you, but just know that Jesus loves you, and we, your family, we also love you. Jesus will never let you down if you embrace him. With love from your kid sister, Chioma. Ebere gave a long sigh after reading the messages before she deleted them. 3 days later, she was at one of the clinics at the hospital she had consulted with. It's just a walk-in procedure, said the doctor, who counseled her briefly before she was booked for the butt lift. The surgery was a success, and Ebere was there in her ward wondering at what kind of life she would have with her butt and her hips as wide as she desired. But 3 hours later, Ebere suddenly started vomiting and lost consciousness. She was rushed back to the emergency. Dr. Raymond and his team of doctors tried their best at stabilizing her, but could not as her organs began to fail and shut down. It could be a reaction to the drugs administered to her during the surgery, the doctors said as they all wondered and were amazed at her complications. Finally, before 24 hours, she was rushed to St. Andrew's Specialist Hospital, and by this time, her arms and her legs were already affected, and in order to save her life, both her 2 arms and 2 legs were amputated. In the months that followed, Ebere was finally stabilized after losing her 2 hands and her 2 legs. 3 months later, she was at the hospital bed with her kid sister Chioma by her side. News went round about what happened to Ebere, but none of her friends were there to come and visit her. Chioma became her pillar of strength and support in her most trying period. One day, as they took a stroll at the garden close to the hospital, with Chioma helping to stroll her on her wheelchair, they sat under the orange tree to relax and to rest a while. Ebere placed her hand on her kid sister Chioma's hand and said, "I wish I had listened to you, Chioma. Things would have not turned out the way it did." Ebere had given her life to Christ and embraced the friend that sticks closer than a brother, Jesus Christ. Looking back, she wished she had done it earlier and stayed connected to her family and true friends. She would have been contented with her beauty and wouldn't have lost her both arms and legs. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed this story. Share your thoughts with us on the comment section below and subscribe for more interesting stories loading at African Tales by Oma. Bye for now.